All right. Welcome, everybody, to Fowl TV.
Yep.
Uh,
That's how we got to start them off.
Yep. So this has been a long time coming. We've been working on this for a while, talking about it for a while. So it's finally here. Finally glad to finally put it in motion. Got a lot of stuff coming up this season. So we'll get right into it. We'll do a little intro, tell you about us. My name's Anthony Calhoun. You'll hear a lot of people call me different names. Calhoun, go by my last name. So I'll pass it over to Logan. He can introduce himself.
Yeah, I'm Logan Cotton, one of Hoon's closest friends. I was in his wedding. He was in my wedding. We've been really tight homies for a long time, and now we do pretty much everything together. Hunt, kick it. Wives are in the house hanging out right now with the kids. It's one big family affair over here.
Yeah. So I'll just get into kind of our plans for the season, what we plan on doing with the channel, and our goals for it, what I want to get out of it. So my biggest thing is we hunt a lot. We have a ton of good conversations when we're hunting. So I want to capture a lot of those conversations when we're done with our hunts. Our main goal is post hunt. I want to get us sitting here talking about what we seen, what we learned, what didn't work, what did work for us, some of our trials and tribulations. We're new hunters, so we're going through that learning process. So I really want to capture that, especially for the people out there who are still getting into hunting. They may search for somebody to look at and get advice or see the same issues that other people are going through that they're going through. So I want to definitely highlight that.
Yeah, and I'll add too that by no means am I on here trying to act like I know everything or I'm some big Bobby badass dude that's just a tried and true vet. We're still learning every day. And to touch on what Hoon said a little bit, like our friend group before hunting is one of the funniest group of dudes you'll ever hang out around.
Yep.
And we are constantly talking shit to each other and to everybody and anyone around us. And some of the conversations we have in the blind or at the refuge or on the boat that's really the big reason behind why we wanted to start this podcast, because we've been out there in tears laughing before, and Hoon's told me, like, man, what if we could just record some of these conversations? I feel like it would go viral. And I mean, we're not trying to get 1 million subscribers on YouTube off of Sac Valley, NorCal duck hunting, but we just kind of want to talk a little bit about life, hunting, talk some shit, talk some stories about just everything going on in our day-to-day lives with the focus on hunting, and introduce you guys to kind of our side of how we communicate with each other. It's going to be fun.
Yeah. This season I'm going to be filming a lot of our hunts, and I've got to order some portable microphones. I'm going to mic everybody up in the blind, and I'm going to catch a lot of the shit that we say and blurt out. There's a lot of metaphors that we spit out.
Nicknames.
A lot of tributes to E40. All type all type of different things. It's for sure a comedy show for sure. So we'll get right into it. I'll let Logan introduce himself, and well, he already introduced himself, but I'll let you let everybody know how you first got started with duck hunting.
Yeah, so, I mean, me and a couple of the guys you might meet on this podcast, lifelong fishermen. We fish the Delta. We fish our backyard. We grew up in Vallejo. Buying piece of shit boats, launching them, and trying to fish for sturgeon and striper in our backyard. And I did that for a long time. And then one of my buddies that I fish with occasionally was like, hey, man, you got to get your hunting license. And I knew it was a little bit harder than just going and buying an over-counter fishing license. So talked me into it. I did the hunter safety thing. I got my license. I bought a gun. I bought like the cheapest gear I could find, cheapest gun I could find. I just wanted to get my foot in the door. And then he took me turkey hunting, and I don't know, let's call it turkey cheating, because killed a turkey on my first hunt. And no, we weren't hunting at Blue Rock Springs in Vallejo, but we went turkey hunting, had a great day, and kind of got hooked. And he was like, well, dude, I duck hunt too. And I'm like, well, dude, right on, let's go. And I mean, long story short, he ended up moving. So none of my close friends that I fished with really hunted at all. So I had a couple like acquaintances, a couple buddies, and, you know, people's family that I knew that hunted, but no one that I was really cool with enough to like give them an elbow nudge and say, hey, will you take me? Or, hey, you know, will you tell me what to do? Will you tell me where to go? I kind of learned the school of hard knocks way, like mostly on my own. But anyways, I had one friend who I had known for a long time. Hadn't seen him in a while. He caught wind that I had shot that turkey, and he was like, hey, dude, I'll take you duck hunting. So I was like, hell yeah, let's go. So I went with him and his dad on my first hunt ever. I think we went to Sac Refuge, and I had no idea what I was doing. I mean, it was a pretty good day. These guys were shooting ducks, and I mean, it wasn't lights out. Like, I don't think anyone shot a limit, but I saw ducks get shot. Do I think I shot any? I don't know. I pointed my gun and I shot at a few, but
claimed a couple.
That's another funny story for later. But yeah, so I went to the refuge my first time and then got hooked, and kind of he taught me how to apply for resis and how to go online and navigate the California Fish and Game website. And I started going by myself. And I mean, by saying I knew nothing, I mean, I knew that I always shot guns. I've always been around guns. I grew up around guns. So I was definitely safe, but I had no clue what I was doing, not with the firearms, but with like the hunting part. Like, I went out there by myself to Grizzly Island, to Delavan, to smaller public land spots, and just tried to watch everyone around me and see what they were doing, and just soak up as much game from anyone who would talk to me as I could. So, you know, a few years of doing that.
Hold on. Let me interrupt. What was your first refuge setup? How were you getting out to the pond? Did you have a cart, or were you dragging?
No, I actually didn't have a cart, but I didn't even have a sled either. I had this big ass decoy bag with shoulder straps that I would put like 30-something decoys in, maybe 3 dozen.
Tough.
And just hoof it the whole way out there. I did that for a season and learned the hard way that that shit's no fun.
Yep.
But yeah, so basically just the trials and tribulations of refuge hunting is what got me into where I'm at today. And then now Anthony hunts with me, and a couple of my other buddies hunt with me, and me and Ant have been doing it for a little while now. And I think he's got 5 or 6 years in. I got 7 or 8 years in, and we know enough to get ourselves around these days, and we do a lot better these days than we used to, and we have a lot more fun. And now that we got our other buddies in it, I mean, yep. It's like the boys from the block are now on the duck line with us.
Yeah. So yeah, I'll just jump into how I got into hunting. So when I got with my wife, my in-laws owned some property back in Georgia. So my first actual hunt with anything was turkey.
Me too.
And my father-in-law took me out. Like I said, he's got 45 acres or so, and took me out in the woods, and no call, no nothing, just sitting against a tree and listening. And we sat out there for, dude, it was like literally 30 minutes. And heard like a little cluck and heard some scratching. And my father-in-law seen the turkey before I could. Told me don't move, so I can see it out the corner of my eye. It got behind this big ass tree, and I was able to pull up. As soon as that motherfucker poked his head around, I blapped it. And then that was it. I was kind of hooked on hunting. And then the following the same year I went back in the fall during deer season. Had never hunted deer. Sat out for, I think I sat out for about 3 days. I went out morning and evening. And then on the third day, I had a doe come across and ended up busting it. And those are my first 2 hunting experiences.
Successful.
Successful
First
hunting.
2 and
Yeah.
they were successful.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of like how I started.
Yeah,
Too.
and I grew up fishing with my dad. We spent a lot of time fishing at Clear Lake. Me and my dad would, man. Shout out to my dad, man. My dad would get off of work on Friday evening, would come home, hook the boat. Now we live in Vallejo. Would travel up to Clear Lake, spend the night at Clear Lake catfishing all night. I mean, we'd pull up 25-pounders all night.
Yeah,
and then get up in the morning, bass fish. So I spent a lot of my childhood fishing. Never even thought of hunting. So once the turkey and the deer came, I know you approached me. You had approached me a couple years before I actually got my license. Was like, dude, you'd love duck hunting, and I told you, like, I'm pretty sure I would. I 100%, I'm down, and just procrastinated on me getting my hunting license. So I want to say it was either 20. It had to be 21. 21. I finally broke down, went and got. Well, I didn't go do my hunter safety course because it was online then. So sat at work one night, completed it
in one night.
In one night. Hey, I get paid for 12 hours, man.
I better hope your freaking coworkers ain't listening.
Yeah. So completed my online hunter safety course, and then that was it. I just started buying gear. My wife actually got in on it and bought me my first shotgun. So I was set for that season. Then started buying decoys, etc. And then really it was kind of downhill. It was just downhill from there, or not downhill. It was up. It was up from there. And then the first hunting trip was at Gray Lodge. That first season.
Was it with me? Your first trip?
Yeah, you and Mackenzie.
That.
Oh, you remember the storm?
I remember. I remember the day you're talking about. Yeah. But I forgot that was your first hunt ever.
Yeah. First hunt ever.
What a hell of a first hunt to go on, man.
Yeah,
it was fucking dumping rain that day.
Yeah, one of the biggest storms I've ever seen or stayed out in the weather in.
Yeah, the kind of storm that like keeps people in their house all day. And you had never been out in the marsh before hunting, and you're sitting outside for hours. In like the mother of all storms.
Yeah, and I had all brand new gear, so my shit was repelling water like a motherfucker. And I was like actually content. I was like, man, I'm warm and I'm dry. Like, can't beat that.
Yeah, I wasn't.
Yeah.
No. I had 3-year-old cheap shit that I bought off Amazon, was leaking up to my ankles and my waders, and my jacket was soaked through. That day was miserable.
Yeah, not fun. And then you even look at, we had parked the trials we went through parking my trailer up there. We had went to Gray Lodge to park it overnight. They rejected us because my trailer was too long.
Yeah. But there were some long ass trailers in there.
There was. Man. We should have never told them it was over 30 feet. We should have just said it's 29 foot. She'd have been like, okay. But ended up hooking up with one of your buddies, and he let us park the trailer on his club. And that was even a trip because I had a little, was it like a little 1,000 generator, 1,100 generator, and was trying to run it off of 120. It was pulling too much, so we didn't have any power for that night. It was windy. It was raining. This is the night before the hunt, by the way.
And might I say too that my buddy who was like, yeah, come on, bring it up here. His dad is like super involved with that club and apparently ran it for a while, but there was some new sheriff in town and he comes walking up, arms up, like, what are you guys doing? Who are you? And I had to like talk him into letting us stay there. Like we weren't going to turn that trailer around and drive back to Vallejo.
There was no way. My son Hendrix, he was 2 at the time, and we it was 2 hours to Gray Lodge, 2 hours, 15 minutes. So there we spent maybe about 30 minutes looking for staff that was on site.
Yeah.
And then only to get turned around saying our trailer was too long. So then I know you ended up calling one of your buddies and like, man, they turned this around and blah, 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 this and that. And he steered us to his club. And we pulled up and then, we start parking and the guy comes out and was like, hey, who are you guys with?
Yeah.
And you started name dropping.
Yeah, and he basically said like, "Oh, okay." He said you guys were good, and I was like, "Yeah." You want me to call him? We're just here for one night, dude. Like we drove all the way up here. We got this 2-year-old with us. Was my wife with us? Was Mackenzie with us?
No. It was just me, you, and Hendrix. Yeah.
So I think I was just pushing the issue like, "Hey, dude, we've been in the truck all day. We tried to go to the refuge. They turned us around. Can we just stay here for one night?
Yeah.
We'll stay out of your way. We'll park wherever you want to, and just please." And he was actually pretty cool with it. And
yeah.
we ended up drinking some brews and hanging out with a couple of the folks that were down there.
Yeah.
Press the wrong button.
No, it's all good. Yeah, and then
shit.
Yeah, that night of the hunt, it rained and it was windy. It rained all night. We got up, it was still raining. We got in the truck wet. Got there, got to the check station, stayed wet.
Oh yeah.
Got to the pond we wanted, got wet even more. And then, stayed out there. I think.
Did you shoot a duck on your first hunt?
Yeah. Remember that little baby ringneck?
Oh, yeah. Dude.
A little baby ringneck was my first duck.
I'd seen a ringneck or shot at a ringneck.
And I shot that motherfucker at like 60 yards up there.
I knew exactly what it was when you shot it. Yeah, no, that's cool. Good times, man. I do remember that. That was the early days. I feel like we were so young and stupid, but we're still kind of young and stupid.
We didn't know what the fuck we were doing.
Let me say something too. Like I know we're name dropping all these spots and refuges. Like if we have 3 people that listen to this podcast, or if we have 10,000 people that listen to this podcast, if you're a public land duck hunter in Northern California, you know these spots. Yep. We're not going to be on here burning spots saying that, this pond, this parking lot, to go here, turn here. We're not going to be dropping pins on Onyx on the video. Like we're just talking. We don't got nothing to hide from nobody. Mm-hmm. Everyone knows the places we hunt. We all hunt the same places. It's kind of one of those things. We want to be real on this podcast and kind of tell everyone our stories about, how we did here and how we did there. But I mean, the shit's kind of across the board everywhere. And I've seen it like in my, 7-8 years of hunting so far. You can go to one of the shittiest refuges ever on a bluebird day and shoot a limit of ducks. And you can go to one of the best refuges ever that everyone rants and raves is the best place in the world and go to this pond, do that, take everyone's advice and not shoot shit. It just is what it is. That's part of the game. So if you're new to this or you're trying to get into this, just understand that like it takes years and years of practice and learning what you're doing and learning how to do it and learning where to go and learning what to do for the specific spot you're in. I mean, all that plays a factor. So by no means are we saying like, oh, we're going to Gray Lodge, we're going to Calusa, we're doing any of this or that, Sac, Delvin. We're not out here trying to give away spots and shit. This is all common knowledge to everybody.
Yep, 100%. But yeah, the Gray Lodge, we lived at Gray Lodge for quite some time.
Yeah,
and I mean we weren't hitting shit.
No,
I mean, we probably tried every single pond at Gray Lodge by now.
Well, not on the Kraken side. We would kind of steer to the side that wasn't as busy and had a little less pressure and try to get somewhere where we didn't think anyone else would be and just do our best,
Yeah.
That's another thing too, that like when you start, which I didn't really understand when I was going out to these refuges by myself, was it's not all about getting to the best spot. It's not all about getting to the hole. I mean,
correct.
Ducks move around a lot. And yes, there are spots that me and you are aware of that do produce and do a lot better than others. But if you're just getting out there and you're your boots on the ground, you're putting in the time, you're putting in the hours, you're going to shoot ducks.
Yeah, 100%. But yeah, we lived and died by Gray Lodge. That was, and I don't know. Maybe it was I enjoyed it, and I still do enjoy Gray Lodge. I think I enjoyed it because it was my first experience. And that'll always be like something that I remember, right?
Yeah, and it's the fucking wild, wild west out there.
Yeah, for sure.
Which I'm honestly like, it's nice for a change of scenery to go there every once in a while. But dude, whenever anyone mentions that place these days, I'll go.
Yeah, I didn't go there at all last year, and I really didn't. I did not do a lot of refuge hunting last year until the end of the season, and I kind of regretted it because after once we got our blind, I kind of took that for granted, and the convenience of it was so easy. Like I don't have to fight nobody for my hunting spot. I can just pull up anytime I want.
Last minute.
Yeah, last minute. Don't gotta check in. Don't gotta check in. Yeah, we're what's crazy is we're running to the blind like, dude, we gotta hurry up. It's about to be shooting time, and it's like, that was so easy, and I enjoyed that convenience. But at the end of the season, when the refuge hunting started to pay off, like I kind of kicked myself in the ass, like, man, we should have been doing this, right?
Yeah. You were telling me too, like, dude, you just gotta go more, man.
Yeah.
I fell into the whole comfort thing too, and I guess I'll mention to whoever's listening that we're 2 years into our rice blind now, and that's also a new thing that we're learning and going through. Because we did our years on the refuge first, and now we're hunting a rice blind, and we're also dabbling still in the refuge here and there. But towards the end of the season, I mean, you were having a way better time on the refuges than you were at our blind.
Yeah, it was fun. I was lottoing a lot. Didn't put in for any reservations for the entire season.
Yeah, you were grinding.
I was just like, when we first got the blind, I was just like, I don't need to spend that little $1.10 or whatever it was. Like,
we're living large.
And I thought that the blind would really, really pay off in a big way. And the blind was a good experience. I think we learned a lot. We did a lot of things wrong. We did some things right. And I just think that it was a huge, huge learning experience from it. And I think once it got towards the end of the season and I had that success at the refuges, I think it was from all that time that I spent in the blind.
Yeah.
And working on whether it was calling or decoy spreads or shooting for sure. Yeah. Right. And then just different times of the day, are they busy in the morning? Are they busy in the evening? What is the flight looking like?
Yeah. Hey, I hate to interrupt, but one thing I will say, and I'll throw a little piece of advice out there for anyone who might need it. Don't hate on the afternoon hunt at the refuge. Everyone tries to get there at 3:00 in the morning and sit in their truck and be the first ones out and freaking Usain Bolt everyone to the honey hole. Dude, there have been many days. Number 2.
Yep.
There have been many days where, everyone's rolling out of that place. We roll into the place and we have a good hunt, or I have a good hunt, or you have a good hunt.
Yeah.
That shit happens.
Yeah. I know last year we had hunted the morning. We lottoed, got on, limited out. And then as we were walking out, I mean, we seen at least 500 widgeon in a pond.
Yeah.
And nobody was around. Nobody even knew that all the birds were there.
Yeah.
Right. And we get up and we start walking by, and all of a sudden they start swarming. I'm like, man, I've never seen, you normally see like the pintails in the fields when you're on the highway and stuff like that. They were thick just like that. And they got up and they started flying, man, there were birds everywhere.
Yeah.
And I'm like, all these people on the refuge, they don't even know.
They're already at home.
Yeah, or they're on the opposite side.
Yeah, true.
And they don't even know, Yeah. And it was just crazy to see it. This is 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock in the afternoon.
Yeah. You got, 3 hours of shoot.
Yep.
Max.
Yep, for sure. And I remember a guy, we were walking out, and the guy said, "Hey man, do you see any birds back there?" I go,
Nope.
"Well, no." I told him,
Shit.
me, I'm not one to withhold information.
No, that's true.
That's a big pet peeve for me, and I'll get into that here in a minute. But
Yeah.
I go, "Hey man, there's that hole right there. You can see it from here." Dude, there are about 500 fucking widgeon in that thing, dude.
Yeah.
If you can get back in there without disturbing them birds, dude, you'll shoot a limit in about.
Was that when you were on your way out?
Yeah.
Oh, so and you guys had already hunted and did well.
We had hunted and limited out.
See, there's not there's not many dudes like that. That's gonna be hey, yeah, dude, go right over there.
Yeah, my
You're gonna get hated on for that too, but it is what it is.
The thing is like he would have seen it either way, right? If he was walking out there, right? And that wasn't a spot that I was hunting, right?
Yeah.
Nobody was out there.
Yeah.
He was the only one going on. Everybody else was packing up.
Yeah.
He had the whole side to himself.
Yeah. Who knows? That dude probably freaking shot.
Oh, I guarantee he hammered it. I wish I would have got his number and be like, "Hey, dog,
how'd you do?
Let me know how fast you limit out, right?"
Yeah.
But that I'll get into another thing too is just the amount of people that withhold basic information is crazy.
Basic is a key word, right?
Basic information.
Yeah.
I'm not going to ask you for your spot. I'm not going to ask you to drop your pin.
Yeah.
I'm not going to ask you, what kind of ammo you shoot or hey, what time do you hunt this hole, whatever.
Yeah, how'd you call or how'd you set up or how'd you do this, how'd you do that?
And what I mean by basic information is like, something as simple as, man, they're really not responding to the mallard call, right? The pintail whistle's a little bit better. They're responding to that.
Yeah.
Or the widgeon whistle, they're responding to that, right? Little shit like that. Like a lot of these people won't come up off of information when it comes to that. Even like basic shit with decoy setup too.
Yeah.
Be like, hey man, don't run fucking 50 decoys.
Yeah.
10 is all you need.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
That like little shit like that.
Yeah.
You'll get these smart asses like, wouldn't you like to know? You need to put in the work. And yes, putting in the work is part of it.
Yeah.
But when you have with me, when I first started hunting, I went kind of in like full speed, like full head of steam, just went into it. And I was trying to learn, but I didn't know where to learn, right? And, there was very few people that gave me, some advice. And that's really all I needed, right?
Yeah.
Like, point me in the right direction, dog. Like,
yeah, you'll figure it out from there.
I'll figure it out. You don't got to hold my hand. Just point me in the direction, and I'll take it from there. And a lot of the old time hunters won't even give you the direction, right? They'll just go, well, sucks for you, right? And I remember that feeling. So, and this is the reason why I want to do this is when we're talking about our trials and tribulations and what we go through and our struggles and what we're learning, I want to kind of pass that information on, right? Without holding hands, right?
Yeah.
But hey, man, today, I had my mojo out. They wasn't fucking with it.
Yeah.
Right. So we ended up having to pull it.
Yeah.
Right. And once we pulled it, they started coming in. So they're mojo shy, right? So little shit like that, right?
Well, some dudes have maybe never even heard that. Like when I first started hunting, I thought that like if you had a couple mojos out in the field, you were killing ducks. I thought that was like the free ticket to shooting a limit of ducks was have a bunch of motion out there.
Yeah.
And yes, it works, and sometimes it doesn't.
Yeah,
and,
sometimes it works. Yeah,
and,
for sure.
And there's day to day, it could be different. These ducks are finicky.
Yeah.
Like the time of the season, the weather, the wind, just everything, the amount of pressure, every little detail. The more and more I do this, every little detail seems to matter. There's certain things that you could be like, oh, well, that I don't give a shit about that, or oh, well, we don't really need to do this. And there's truth to both sides of that, but really at the end of the day, if you're paying attention to everything you're doing and trying to learn from your mistakes, learn from your successes, you're gonna become a better duck hunter.
Yeah, the biggest thing is paying attention to what the birds are doing. Me and Sean got on a refuge and we had we had two mojos set up, And then we had 2 of those tangle-free flashers out. And, I mean, it attracted attention like hell. But they would get in to about 50 yards and they would bolt.
Yeah.
So I'm like, and you know, I was calling them in from, you know, 100 yards up in the air, and they were coming. You can tell they wanted to come in. They were bombing down, dude, and they just wouldn't finish. And I was telling Sean, like, man, I don't think they're really liking these flashers and this mojos, you know. So, dude, I fucking pulled those. I was like, I'm gonna pull these real quick. And you know, when you got a lot of birds flying, you're scared to like walk out and make the adjustments because you see all the birds and they want to come in, and you're like, the minute I walk out, I'm just gonna flare all the birds off and blah blah blah. But I was like, dude, they're flaring. Let me pull these. And dude, the minute that I pulled those, dude, they were coming straight into our face.
Yeah.
And you know, it was so exciting to see just that minor change.
Yeah.
Made
Something
all the world of difference.
That you did.
Yeah, for sure.
Made a huge impact on your
life. And I had been talking about it for like 10 minutes. Me and Sean were going back, right? I'm like, dude, fuck these mojos, dude, and these flashers. And, you know, some more ducks would fly over, and I'd be on them, you know, and then they'd come down. I'm like, all right, this is it. They're coming in. And all of a sudden, nope, sorry.
See ya.
Nope, I don't like that, right?
Yeah.
So making that change and then seeing the instant the instant turnaround was 100% for me. Like that was an all-time high, and I was like, man, I'm a real motherfucking duck hunter now. You know what I mean? So that was that you know, little stuff like that's what I really want to share on this channel, is just little adjustments that you guys can make. And if there's birds in the area, go make them. Go make the changes. Do what works. If you got birds coming in, stay right there.
Yeah. And have fun. I mean, fuck this. There's been so many shitty days. I mean, there tends to be more bad days than there are good days, but those good days make the bad days worth it.
Oh, 100%.
And that's the thing, the camaraderie, that's part of the reason we're doing this podcast, right? Is like to kind of give everyone an idea of like the camaraderie and the brotherhood we have out there while we're hunting together. And these guys will meet our other buddies and our friends, and we'll have some other people on that we hunt with, and
for sure,
and shit. But I mean, dude, we have a hell of a time out there, man.
Oh yeah,
we
for
go out there and not shoot shit and still have a fun ass day.
Oh yeah. And you know, we got 2 of the kids in, you know, my son and then Sean's son. Mm-hmm. We got them into it. Hendrix has been with me since he was 3, and I had to carry him out to the blinds and the refuges and stuff like that. And
shitting in the toolies. I remember when he had to wipe his ass. And,
dude, every time we went to a refuge, he had to shit. So we were in the toolies, you know. I was like, dog, we can't go back to the check station. That's too long of a walk.
Yep.
But you know, Hendrix's his first hunting trip was me and the big fella went to Delavan.
Okay.
And I mean, it stormed all day, and we got in one of the island blinds where they have the above water you kind of sit in it with the chair. It's got the hard gravel and shit. So we got in one of those, and
you were sheltered a little bit.
Yeah. Well, we ended up figuring out a way to shelter it a little bit later in the day. But with Hendrix, didn't have a proper jacket for him, so I put my like 2X banded over him, and we put him in a little camping chair in the water, and he sat there and watched and had a blast. Took a 2-hour nap. Yeah. You know, once he got antsy, I can tell he was tired. So, hey man, take a nap, okay? And I'll start posting some pictures. I got a bunch of pictures of him napping in the toolies and the blinds or whatever. Whenever he gets out of control, I'll be like, hey man, time for you to tone it down.
That's the difference between Hendrix and Carter. So Hoon's son versus my son. Hoon's son's name is Hendrix. My son's name is Carter. Hendrix will just sit out there all day, look into a blank sky with a smile on his face.
Yeah.
My son will sit out there for about 10 minutes and say, Dad, why aren't you killing any ducks yet, dude?
Yep.
Where are the ducks at?
Yeah.
I thought this was duck hunting.
Yep.
Like this isn't fun. What's going on? So I introduced him to hunting a little bit later. I think he was 6 the first time I took him.
Yeah, it was last year.
Yeah. And I mean, he had fun. He really enjoyed the walk out and really enjoyed the walk back to the truck and wading through the water and standing in the mud and his feet getting stuck. He had, like, surprisingly enough, that didn't freak him out.
Yeah.
But no, he had a blast. But his first duck hunt ever, we didn't shoot a single duck. It was a terrible day of hunting.
Yeah, and back to that first hunt with me and Hendrix, I hadn't shot more than one duck in a single hunting trip going to refuges. And I know you had always ragged on how good Delvin was, and I was like, I'm gonna give it a try. I'm gonna go lotto it. We ended up being number 1, right?
On the lotto.
Oh
shit.
And I don't know if it was because I had him with me and the dude hooked me up or what, but we ended up being number 1. Picked the blind, and I ended up shooting 4 birds that day.
That was a good day.
And I missed, I missed a good amount too.
Yeah.
If that was me right now, I would have shot a limit for sure.
Oh, for sure.
But for me to shoot 4 birds, like, I was super surprised. I was pumped, dude.
Yeah.
I was like,
Hendrix
dude.
probably was too, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And I was like, dude, this is the best day ever.
Yeah.
Right. And
I remember the first time I shot, a handful of ducks, not a limit, but more than the 1 or 2 that I was used to every trip. And I mean, dude, I came home with the biggest smile on my face.
Yeah.
That was such an accomplishment. Yeah. And all these limit bros on their Instagram that never post a picture that doesn't have a big old strap of green heads on them. Man. Fuck that. That's not what this is about.
Yeah.
And that's great. Good for you, but we're not in here to shoot limits every day. Obviously, that's the goal, but we're a little bit more realistic than some of the guys out there.
Yeah. It's a bonus when you shoot a limit.
Oh,
it's a bonus.
Oh, yeah, it's a bonus. It's the goal. It's like the under promise and over deliver thing, right? We hope for the worst or expect the best. Or no, sorry. What is it? How's that shit go?
Hope for the Yeah, I think it's hope for the best, expect the worst, or
some shit like that. That's basically how we hunt.
Yeah.
Like it. Let's hope it's a great day. We want to shoot a limit of ducks. We want to shoot a 4-man limit, but
yeah,
if we each scrap out 2 or 3 and we leave with 10, 12 ducks between the 4 of us, hey, that's all right too.
Yeah, back to our blind, like we watched dudes around us like smack them, and we're just sitting here like, what the hell is wrong with our shit?
What are we doing wrong?
What are we doing wrong? And like I said, we went through so many things, from our cover to the way our check looked, different decoy arrangements, more decoys.
Yeah.
We didn't account for the amount of snow geese that were flying over. We didn't prepare for that.
Yep.
None of us call snows. I barely can call specs. Specs weren't coming in. Specs were, we maybe seen 40 specs the whole entire season.
Yeah.
But
and
getting into
snows.
but getting into the rice blind. So, we had been hustling the refuges for, quite some time, and I got sick of it. I was like, dude, I'm not shooting shit. I'm out here running at we're leaving the house at 1 a.m., 1:30 a.m., trying to get to the refuges, and all for just a shit spot, and no birds flying. How many times we've been in a refuge and we've seen like one bird 80 yards up in the air, and so I was like, dude, it's time for us to get into a blind. And luckily ended up getting on Facebook, posting in one of the NorCal duck hunters Facebook groups, and one of the guys' names kept popping up, and his name's John Owen from Northern Flight Duck Club, and shout out to him, man. I called him up, we exchanged numbers, and he said, yeah, come on up, meet me at this road. I'll take you around the different blinds, and He goes, before you even come up, dude, like, I'm just going to tell you right now, I'm brutally honest, and I will tell you exactly what you want to know. He goes, that's just me. If you don't like it, this isn't going to work for you. But he goes, I'm brutally honest. And then there was another guy that was recommended. I won't drop his name because I didn't end up going with that club, but you had trusted me to go up and do the scouting.
Yeah, I'd said fucking pick the place. Just let me know what I owe you.
And John took me around to probably about 4 or 5 different spots, and I can remember him taking me to a blind, and he said, "This is a blind, but I'm telling you right now, you don't want it because it shoots like shit." Right? He goes,
but it's available.
Yeah, he goes, it's available if it what location or convenience is what you want, whatever. It's up to you, right? But he goes, I am telling you right now, I've had seasoned duck hunters, I've had dudes come in and say, the people there just before us just didn't know what they were doing, and they called me back at the end of the season and was like, yeah, John, you were right. So it was that honesty that really built that trust between me and him, and he's always kept in contact. He kept in contact with me through the entire season, and then I was always able to reach out to him and ask him questions, or if there was something wrong with the blind or something we needed. He was always there and kept it real the whole entire time. So I wanted to stay in Northern Flight Duck Club. When we got done last year with our blind, we were kind of unsatisfied. I can say that would be the word. And I called John up and I said, hey, man, if you have something else that opens up, like, let me know. Like, put us in it, right? So lo and behold, a couple months later, he said, hey, man, some guys are moving. They're moving up. So I'm giving you the first crack at the next best available blind. And he was even excited. He was like, dude, you're going to fucking love this blind. I'm excited for you guys because this blind shoots really, really well.
Yeah.
So that just increases the excitement for this upcoming season. Like, I'm hoping that it really pays off, so.
Yeah. And listen, dude, even if it doesn't, we're
for sure.
Play the game a little bit and we bounce around, and that's the same thing as hunting the refuges. You're not going to go out there
100%
at the refuge and just be lights out from day one. If you are, good for you. That's awesome. But same goes for the Rice Clubs too. You're going to go out there and you're going to get what's available, and usually it's available for a reason, right?
Yep.
But there are circumstances where things come available, places come available that are way better than others. But guys stumble upon something great, and good for them too. But
yeah,
we're also playing the School of Hard Knocks game at the Rice Blind too.
Oh, 100%. Yeah. We went through, like I said, we went through a lot at that. I mean, we made different blind covers. We were welding shit together. We were. I drove to where was that at? Off of Highway 4, past what's that city? It's off Highway 4 or 12, excuse me.
Lodi?
It was past Lodi. It was way up there.
I don't drive past Lodi.
Yeah, it was way past Lodi. We were going up there getting materials for our blind covers and shit like that, and went through it all, dude. And that worked for a little bit and then didn't end up working. So we got to make some adjustments this year to it, and how we're gonna manage that.
Yeah.
But I'm excited for this coming season and our new blind, and I think with the game knowledge that we got over last season, I think it'll be a lot better this year, and hopefully we all can really improve. We got another guy, Brandon. His name's Beheem. He can't hit a motherfucking bird. He can't hit shit out of the sky worth a goddamn, I'm telling you.
He will here soon.
Yeah.
Brandon, I promise you.
And we had a little argument last year. Sean's son and Brandon both shot at a bird. Brandon claimed it, but we all know Owen really did it.
You gotta let the kid get it too. Even if you know you shot it, if that kid, one of those.
Yeah.
He's like, no, I shot that duck.
Yep. So yeah, with the Northern Flight Duck Club, we're pretty happy there. We did the camp up there. We pulled my trailer. That was my thing. I told everybody, hey, I'm gonna park my trailer up there because I really want to be able to stay up there. I don't want to do the 2-hour drive up there and then the 2-hour drive home after. And I thought we were gonna use it somewhat, but not as much as we did, right? And dude, that thing ended up coming in clutch.
Oh yeah,
getting up there the night before, sleeping in, getting to the blind, going back to the trailer, changing, going to get bruised, going back to the trailer,
eating a snack,
and then getting back up. Hunting 2 and 3 days in a row was where it really came into play.
Yeah.
So,
and your trailer's not too far from Chico, and
Chico's
got some good restaurants and some good bars, and
for sure,
some places to go.
Yeah,
a little boys retreat for the weekend.
Yeah,
the wives love that.
Oh yeah, we're gonna have. I'm gonna have a mid-season, or I'm gonna do a late season episode against the wives. We're gonna get them when they're primed and pissed off.
Yeah,
we should go on like a 3-day bender. Up there, should go on a 3-day bender and come back, and they're sitting there tapping their foot at the door. All right, come on, let's do the podcast. Let's vent.
Yeah.
So
you're gonna have to hold the microphone 3 feet away from Mackenzie.
So that'll be fun. Also want to get them in the blind and do a video with that and get them a hunt, whether it's in the blind or maybe we try to squeeze them onto a refuge and make them sweat a little bit.
Bring Mackenzie to Gray Lodge. Yeah. So my wife, my lovely wife, Mackenzie, she hunts as well. She doesn't get to go out as often. She's hunted maybe, few times a season if she's lucky for the past few years. Really not a lot. And she wants to go more next year too. So I'm going to try to get her ass out of the house and get her out there with me. It's just nice that she has her hunting license. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
A lot of people's wives and a lot of women, period, don't have their hunting license, and they would go if they did. It's one of those things, one of those hurdles you got to finally get over. Then once you're over, you're free to go do it.
Yeah. That was the biggest thing for me is like, man, I got to take time out of my day to go sit in the class, and I got a couple coworkers that want to hunt because me and 2 of my coworkers hunt, and the one of them's on another team, but the other guy he's on my team, and we talk about duck hunting all the time.
Yeah.
And we got a couple of guys who are interested.
Yeah.
And I keep telling them, like, dude, just get on, book the course, go do it. Get it out the way, man.
Yeah, it's a pain in the ass, but just do it. You'll have the rest of your life to reap the benefits of it.
Get it out the way, and don't wait until duck season because the classes are going to be all sold up. Look at what Owen had to go through last year.
And just last minute shit is miserable. Like, and I'm kicking myself in my ass right now. I'm looking over at a pile of couple hundred decoys that are dirty and need some new line and need to retie some weights and just a whole lot of stuff to go through and organize and get ready for this upcoming season that's a couple months away now. The last minute shit is no fun. I seem to do that every year, but
it happens.
I'm slowly getting better at being on top of it, and instead of a few weeks before duck season grabbing all my shit and getting it all together, like now I'm thinking like, okay, months, okay, in those summer days when we don't have nothing going on, which is rare. What can I do? Can I spray off my waders? Can I go clean some decoys? Can I organize some stuff? Can I get it dialed in? Do I need more ammo? Do I need to clean my gun? When's the last time I cleaned my gun? Like all that shit. Like if you try to, especially if you don't have your hunter safety or your hunter's license. If you want to try to squeeze all that into a 3-week period before duck season starts, you're fucked.
Yeah, I don't think Owen got his.
The
It was
season
in
had already
December.
started, I think.
It was in
Yeah,
December.
yeah.
I don't think he got in. And they had Sean had to squeeze him into a class. Like
Play the sympathy
hey,
thing. Like,
he
hey,
was
my
like
kid really
the
wants to go
class
hunting
was
this
full,
year.
and he was like, "Hey, can I bring my kid?" Like blah blah blah. You know, luckily the guy let him, but yeah, it's just it's a pain in the ass if you wait too long.
For sure.
But yeah, you know, with that we can kind of do our final thoughts.
Well, we can wrap this up however you want. I mean, we're just kind of getting this thing rolling. Like, want to introduce ourselves. We went very into detail on some of our hunts on this podcast, but we're gonna have that, and then we're gonna have more podcasts probably where we just sit around and talk shit for an hour.
Yeah, yeah.
I want to keep these short and sweet too. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, even to the most avid duck hunter in the world, like
Yeah.
a duck hunting podcast that runs longer than about an hour is like
Yeah.
kinda hard to listen to.
I don't expect anybody to watch a whole hour, but you know, I'm pretty sure our friends and family will.
Yeah,
and
and hey,
they'll get into the weeds.
If you've made it this far, thanks.
Yeah, yeah.
But hopefully, I mean, we're not doing like I want to reiterate that again. We're not doing this to just become some big viral YouTube duck hunters. We're doing this for reasons of our own. We're basically like we want our friends to listen to this. We want our buddies that hunt with us to listen to this. We want the new coming hunter that might know us. It's like, hey, dude, listen to our podcast. You might learn something. You might come talk to us, ask us questions, and we're still asking questions too, man. Like there's still so much to learn. I'm learning shit.
Yeah,
all the time.
Yeah, and another thing, you know, I really want to do with this too is I want to interview a lot of people too. You know, I already told John that, hey man, you're getting on the podcast. He was like, dude, he's like, I'm not a good public speaker or whatever. I said, hey, everything's easy when you're drinking brews, bro.
Yeah.
And then I want to get
the big fella.
Yeah, big fella's got to get on. I want to do.
If he can even get out in the blind this year.
I want to. And he's in our club. Gabe Snyder. He's a goose guide. And really want to get him on there. Want to do a hunt with him. Want to do a lot of shoots with my coworker Austin. Dude is crazy talented with his camera. So want to do a hunt with Gabe, which I believe Austin knows Gabe through. I think he played football with his brother or something like that. So I really want to link up with him. I want to do a hunt with Tim Vandenbroek. I think that'll be dope. So got a couple hunts that we're gonna film. And when I say Austin is dope, this dude's dope. It's gonna be some crazy
music video quality.
Yeah, it's gonna be some crazy shots. This dude's crazy talented. So definitely looking forward to putting some of those videos out. So
yeah. He could film us shooting limits. He might film us not shooting shit, but out there shooting the shit the whole time.
Yeah, for sure.
That'll be fun.
So yeah, we'll go ahead and wrap up. Crazy first episode.
Yeah.
I don't got a beer, so I can cheers you with. But I'll go ahead and close it out. Cheers, dog.
Cheers, man. Good times.